It's Wembley Stadium, this year's Carling Cup final between Manchester United and Aston Villa. But it wasn't the action on the pitch that got most of the attention.
Another slip. There have been 2 or 3.
When players and managers are complaining about the state of the pitch, it's usually because they've just been beaten. But when anyone who's anyone in football is complaining about the Wembley surface, it leads you to think there's something in the grass. To try and find out what it takes to create the ultimate playing surface, I've come along to the Emirates Stadium, the home of Arsenal Football Club and widely considered as the best playing surface in the land. The head groundsman is Paul Ashcroft, and it's his job to get the pitch spick and span for the likes of Theo Walcott and Cesc Fabregas. So come on, Paul, what is the secret to a good pitch?
1, the stadium design. 2, the investment. Also, we're very fortunate here, the manager, he wants the pitch to be the best, so the usage is kept to a sensible level. In the playing surface, we have a plastic fibre, therefore we don't get as many divots. So yeah, it just gives an overall better playing surface.
But such perfection takes real money, and not every club has that luxury. Remember this?
Accrington Stanley, who are they? Exactly. Nah, get off.
Well, Accrington Stanley are still hanging in there, but for lower league clubs like them, trying to maintain a decent pitch can be a struggle.
I think we've had one of the worst winters we've ever had in the UK. I think that's even worse in East Lancashire because it never seems to stop raining.
Is that a myth?
No, it's very true. We've had rain, we've had snow, we've had hail, frost, everything. Unfortunately, obviously, it all takes its toll on the pitch. We've only got one groundsman. We've only got certain amounts of equipment. We've only got so much money we can spend on it.
So you never have the problems of John Bon Jovi setting up here and playing on this for a few weeks, do you?
He hasn't put in a request to come to Accrington just yet, but you never know, do you?
Most of us probably don't appreciate how much cash is needed for the perfect pitch, but the appliance of science matters too. You can even spend 3 years here at Myers Cuff College in Preston studying for a degree in sports turf.
It's actually been sort of tested and proven that if we get the layers right, the water will flow through the gravel and out of the drainage pipe, but we'll still get some water retention up here in the sand so that there's water for the roots to take up.
If it rains, and sometimes the top of the pitch is just heavy with water, it's like puddles everywhere.
Yeah.
How come?
It's possibly because either this hasn't been constructed properly or the maintenance after construction means that your top layers have become compacted and then the water's got nowhere to go.
To be honest, I'm amazed at how scientific and complicated it is to produce a really good pitch. But given the time, money and resources that Wembley had, why is the pitch so bad?
I think Wembley's under so much pressure because it's used for so many other things other than sport. But when you have concerts on it, when you're putting tarmac down to do motor racing on there and all those other events, the grass really doesn't have any chance to establish and to grow.
Concerts may take their toll, but surely there's more to Wembley's problems than that. Some blame a complicated chain of command. When we rang the FA, they seemed unsure who the National Stadium's head groundsman is, although they insist a team is busy preparing for the FA Cup final. Back at the Emirates, Paul Ashcroft thinks his club has managed to get the balance right.
Well, it gets used for concerts in the summertime, but other than that, once we're in the playing season, it's purely football. So it all depends on the football club. If you want a great pitch, then you sort of have to limit the amount of usage that goes on.
Accrington's clearly a long way from the Emirates, but with a little help from the One Show, everyone can have their own piece of perfection. Rob, thank you very much for showing us around. Appreciate your time. I've got a little something for you before I go. How about this? Grow your own pitch from the Emirates Stadium. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, does it?
Fantastic. I think a tractor or a couple of ground staff would have been more useful, but we'll certainly put it into the bag and it'll get used.
Thanks very much.